Okay. We here. I gathered a bunch of the Avengers, some people who I like talking to about music, a wide range of music minds. We be tweeting, but you can't really have these substantial conversations on Twitter with only 280 characters. So we're here on Zoom to talk it out. I'm going to let them all introduce themselves, and then we'll get right into it. So whoever wants to start.
I'll start. My name is Kabine, like a bean, like a lima bean, black bean. Yeah, I'm just a regular Twitter guy. And Drake stan.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah. I guess I'll go next. I'm Jessica, Finessica on Twitter. Um, I am a music enthusiast and I do a lot of behind the scenes work. With
Word.
I am Yaw Geez, rapper, poet, Nick fan, music fan, on Twitter at Yaw Geez Music. So
Yeah.
Brand Verastro, writer for What You Expect, aka Brandon Mayo Verastro.
Last but not least.
Shout out to the Nikki stands.
My name is Ishmael Grady. I'm just a lover of music, Stay Busy podcast, loyal listener.
Yo, we like that. All right, cool. So obviously, big topic to discuss. Drake dropped Dark Lane demo tapes this past weekend. That was a 14-track project. A couple songs he released officially, SoundCloud, When to Say When, in Chicago, Same Day, Desires. A couple songs had leaked previously, like Pain 1993. A couple of them he previewed on his Instagram, and then some we hadn't heard before. So it was a very different experience for a lot of people. Some people chose not to listen to the leaks in lieu of the album coming. Some people, like me, listened to every single one. And then, people kind of fall in between that whole spectrum. So just off of your first reactions to the project, how'd you all feel about it?
I'll go. Go ahead. Go ahead. Nah, you got it.
Okay. I usually do like a first listen at midnight, and I gotta say I was disappointed. I'm gonna leave it at that and let y'all have it.
That's all you gonna give us? That's it?
For now. I want to hear what y'all got to say before I go in.
Me personally, I'm a little older, so I tried to wait till midnight to listen to it and never got to it. I had to wake up in the morning. So woke up in the morning, rolled my spliff. Me personally, I thought it was a very well executed album, particularly between tracks 1 through 7. A couple of joints I can do without, but on first listen, I was impressed. I was like, for me, I'm a Drake fan, and I hold him to a high standard and all that, but I really do feel like what I was listening to was pretty good at first listen. So.
Yeah, my take is pretty deep.
On first listen, go ahead.
On first listen, I try to listen to an album with like a clear, open mind. Like with Drake, you never know what you're gonna get because he's probably one of the most versatile artists ever. Like he has a different bag for everybody. Like the lyrical bag, the party banger bag, the sad bag. It's just so many different bags. So with him, I didn't know what to expect, but I was really happy that he opened it up with straight bars. Like the first 3 tracks were very hard, and he hasn't done that in a while. He hasn't done that since probably Nothing Was the Same, and I was really appreciative of that. And then the switch up with Not You Too, like it caught me off guard, but it was like, it's a good ride, It's just the way that he executed the album, how he had different pockets set up sequentially. Like it was just one after another. It was like, all right, you like this part, listen to this part of the album. You like this part, listen to this part of the album. Like, I think that was well executed, like Yaw Geez said.
Who's next?
I thought it was a pretty good album. I like Drake when he's not dealing with a bunch of beefs, like a Pusha T beef or a Meek Mill beef, and it's not 20 songs long and an hour and a half. So I felt like this is like his most concise project in quite some time. Even though I liked More Life, I didn't like Scorpion at all. So this was kind of refreshing to listen to. tracks like Time Flies, Losses from Florida, With Love, like those are my favorite tracks where he's kind of getting more personal with his stuff. Deep Pockets is a great intro. He always usually has a pretty good intro to every album. So yeah, I hope he kind of continues this like lane of making like 14, 15 tracks, like less than an hour, because that's kind of like my lane of listening to music. I wish he would stop using a UK voice on some tracks, but that's neither here nor there.
Let's hear it, Jess. Jess, I feel like Jess got a lot to say. She's holding back.
She about to flame him up.
Let the bullets fly. Let the bullets fly.
Listen, I'm a big Drake fan. I've been a Drake fan since Degrassi, before he was Drake. And I think the disappointment for this one came from, I get excited when Drake goes commercial. And I think because he was pushing Tootsie Slide the way that he was, I just expected a little bit more of a commercial project, understanding that this is a demo tape or a mixtape, whatever you want to call it. I expected more upbeat music at the moment. I know we're getting something this summer, but I'm not trying to go down like a dark tape right now. I'm stuck in the crib. It's not the season for it. And usually I was going to ask everybody, what are your methods for like your first listen? Do you listen?
For me, I personally like to I can say have a whole process. I come in, I roll my spliff, I listen to the album without looking at features or what the song names are.
Okay.
Because I want to like engulf myself in the album. I want to like sit with it. You know what I mean? So I'll assess it one straight through. Then I go back to the tracks that I really loved. Then probably like hours later, I'll do a re-listen from top to bottom and then start really like breaking down the album. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I usually try to make sure that I get at least 3 different types of listens in. So I'll listen with my headphones usually the first time. I'm probably gonna be high. Second time, probably on a speaker, might have a little wine with me. I will only listen like from start to finish. Like I'll do that probably, depending on the artist, I might do that exclusively for like the first 3 months when it drops. I'm very particular about that. I don't like to like pick out songs and like, that's only because I don't want to get my favorites played out, and I'm very like conscious of that, and I really hate when they do. So I make sure that I listen to everything. Things grow on you. So like if I start, only picking out my favorites, I know I'll never go back to the deep cuts that I didn't really like when I first listened.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like you guys are treating this project like it's an album, even though he kind of did it, and it was smart. He kind of gave this description and caveat. It's like, oh, these are songs you guys asked for, just loosies, leaks, different vibes, stuff that I previewed. So he kind of made it feel as though it's just like he made it feel like Care Package to me. Like,
yeah,
felt
Care Package. We hold Care Package a little bit higher.
For sure, absolutely.
Because Care Package is songs we already fell in love with.
Yeah, like Care Package was strictly nostalgia, and that's 10 years of it. Like, this is music we've heard over the last couple years, but it sounds like you all are treating it as if it's an album. So did you guys want to like get into that a bit more? Like, why?
I mean, personally, I treat every single project as if it's an album, mixtape, EP, however you want to like rationalize it, or however you want to name it is fine. Whatever your project is, your project, and I like to sit with it regardless of album or project status. I hold everybody to the same regard. Is the music good? Is the mix good? Do you take me to a place I've never been before? You know what I mean? I hold that standard for every single project that I've ever listened to, at least over the last like 15, 20 years. So, it's not going to change for me at this point.
Yeah, Drake always does this thing where he like, if it's not like he doesn't want to call it an album, he'll call it something else, and it's all on the same streaming platforms. So to me, it's just an album. I don't really care if he calls it a compilation or a mixtape or demo tapes. I'm listening to it as an album. Maybe just because more of nostalgia of like listening to mixtapes through like Dat Piff and whatever, like those considered mixtapes for me. But I consider this an album, especially because a song like Tootsie Slide is not really like a mixtape song or like a demo tape song. It was a weird that song to me is a weird placement. I was shocked that he put it on there. I thought that was going to be an album cut for sure.
I deleted it.
I actually thought, and I was saying it earlier about me listening to albums without knowing knowing the track listing or knowing where the songs are. I thought personally, where it came in the album was actually perfectly placed for me. Like, cause I'm zoning in, I'm listening to Chris Brown joint, and all of a sudden, just like, oh, this is a nice little transition right here to go to Tootsie Slide for me. You know what I mean? I understand. I think sometimes we get caught up because the song is so popular, and then now that when you're hearing it, when you're going up and down your timeline, you're hearing it for the 30 seconds every single time, it gets to be a little wearing. So I understand if you didn't like the song or if you deleted it, perfectly fine. But I thought personally, I thought it was a good placement for where the song.
It was a good placement. It just when I first saw it on there, I was like, "That's shocking." I did not think he was going to put it on there, but it was a good placement for it. And it actually kind of grew on me because I hated it at first. I'm like,
that happens with singles too. Like sometimes, like you'll hate a single and not understand it, and then when you see where it's placed in the album, where it comes in, and where it's like not bookended, but like kind of like sandwiched between songs, wherever it is in the album, you start to have a little more of appreciation for it. At least for me,
right.
I made myself sick of Tootsie Slide, honestly, but I was excited to see it on this. I'll call it project, because I feel like Drake always sets the bar for everything that he puts out. I think that's why I treat everything that I listen to, at least with him, as an album, because he's always changing, and I don't want to say biting other people's style, but he's transforming himself with every project, or he's taking us back to a nostalgic moment. So when I saw that Tootsie Slide was on here, I was expecting more, I guess, similar sounds, more upbeat sounds, not going down again this dark tunnel of whatever he's going through to put that out.
So did you not like the dark sound because of like the time of like you don't want to listen to that right now, or you just don't like that sound of Drake?
It's a little bit of both, because when Scorpion came out, I wasn't a fan of, I believe it was the B-side. Is it the B-side? I wasn't a big fan of it, but I think it was one of those, I have to be in the mood for it. And especially right now, I live in LA, so it's sunny, it's beautiful. I'm not really trying to like blast something like I do like the one of the standouts was From Florida with Love.
I love that song.
Look.
That was like my favorite. I can bump that, but usually like when I do a first listen for something like Drake, I listen to see what feels good first. If it feels good, then I'll go back and revisit it to see what he's saying. It's like a 4-step process for me. I get my Instagram captions last. After So I must say I wasn't like, I didn't feel like he was barred up. Even the features I could have done without Cardi, for sure.
I think Cardi messed that song up for me. Like it was like,
I don't feel like he did. I don't feel like his verse was great or really even good, but the beat still was hitting. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna rock with it.
Because it felt good, right?
Yeah.
It was weird though, because the stage was set for Cardi. It's like, it's your producer, it's your Drake is literally borrowing bits and pieces from you. Like, you just have to keep the ball rolling, and he just fumbled, and I just can't understand it. I can't understand it.
Honestly, my homie texted me. They said he said this is the most baffling part of the album to me. Is Playboy Cardi's placement and his verse. Like, I just don't get it. Because I mean, I think he said to me, he's like, I was fine with the album until that point. Like, it pissed me off at that point. You know what I mean? I was just like, he's a little bit of a Drake hater anyway, but it is what it is. But he was not feeling that at all. I'm not either, quite honestly.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't think it was the verse, because he's always kind of rapping like that. It's his voice. His voice was just so like childish. Like, I hate Playboy.
Sometimes he executes it well though.
He was gonna do that. Y'all know that kid, the with the miniature like squeaky voice?
What kid?
645 AR. I think that's his full artist name. Oh, y'all gotta.
Never heard of him.
Wow. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm surprised you haven't heard of him.
You gotta put me on. You slacking. Yeah, I was interested in the Tootsie Slide placement too, because my boy, so there was someone tweeted out like it was an official lead single for his album. But I think in terms of business, putting it on this project is cool. Like this project is projected to do 255K, which is really good for a project of Lucy's Throwaways. They got promoted the day before, even if it's Drake. You know he's gonna do numbers, but I think that was a good placement for that reason. And this is an interesting mixtape to me. Like if you look at his mixtapes in his career, you have Room for Improvement, Comeback Season, and then So Far Gone was his first commercial mixtape that really brought him into the world. His next mixtape wasn't until If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. A lot of people see that as an album itself. It's constructed like an album. He really taps into a new sound. And then we get Care Package, and then we get this. So it's like it's 4 different types of mixtapes, I feel, which is like really interesting to look at. And then like, but also the diverse range of sounds on Dark Lane demo tapes. Like it's like Kabine said, he gives you the rap bag, and then he gives you the R&B stuff. He gives you the trap upbeat type stuff. He gives you the drill. So it's like in terms of like range of sounds, it's almost like More Life. Like there's no Afro beats or anything in terms of the diversity of it. So he kind of made it feel like a playlist, album, and mixtape all at the same time. So yeah, that's just really fascinating to me. If you guys had to, it's kind of early, but if you had to rank it among his mixtapes for you, where would you put it?
Oh, that's rough.
I mean, honestly, if we're keeping it a buck, so we're talking mixtapes. We're talking So Far Gone. We're talking if you're reading this, we're talking this, and we're talking what other one?
We can also say What a Time to Be Alive, but even though it's a collab project.
Yeah. Honestly, it's probably on the lower end of those. Maybe because I mean, and it could just be just a product of the time because I've only had it for 2 days. You know what I mean? But as far as right now, I don't think it's better than If You're Reading This. I don't think it's better than More Life. More Life to me is one of his better, like overall well constructed projects to me.
For
you know
sure.
what I mean? Like
That's my
top
favorite.
to bottom. Like it's mixed well. I think some of the interludes, some of the like little voices you hear in the background. Hey, talking about
all ties in.
It all ties in. Like just like a place. It's like you're actually like a house party or kickback somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very kickback type music for me. Yeah, I think this album probably on a lower scale, but it's tough when we're grading on the Drake curve because he's put out so much great work over the years that I don't think it's really a blemish on his record. I just think it's a lot other projects are better to me.
For me, like for me, like Drake, he always gets me with the okie doke. Whatever he calls the album, it sets my expectations. Like when he called, like If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, a mixtape, my expectations went down. So I was more like excited when I was hearing it. I was just like, yo, how is he doing all these things? And when I heard More Life and he said it's just a compilation of songs, a playlist, like my expectations went down. So it was way better in my head. For me to rank Drake's takes, I can only do it in retrospect because when it first comes out, like I'm too excited, I'm too hyped. Like it's hard for me to have like an unbiased view of his music. Like so, like Scorpion, when I first heard it, I was very excited to hear it because it was like, yo, 25 new songs from Drake. He never done this. Like I'm definitely gonna love it. And I did love it in the moment, but looking back on it, it was 100% his weakest effort. So it's just like, it's certain things. It's just like, I like to wait when it comes to giving my take on certain Drake albums. But this is better than the first side of, than the A side of Scorpion. I told Armand this, and I still believe it. It's just, it's better than the A side of Scorpion.
Side A of Scorpion is good, man. I don't know how
it is good.
Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah,
I like Scorpion.
I like side A of Scorpion.
Not a Scorpion guy.
How about compared to this recent project?
How about what?
Side A of Scorpion versus this project that Drake.
This project by a mile. I don't like Scorpion. I've never been a fan.
Let me check
A and B side, not a fan. Don't.
Let me check the Scorpion playlist one time. I mean
let me actually pull it up. Because I'm saying it.
That's kind of tough because Scorpion is a lot longer.
Nah, we're just talking A side.
That's my problem.
Oh, just A side? Oh,
just A side, just the first 12 songs.
Doug,
I'm gonna give the nod to Scorpion just because of cohesiveness alone. and
Yeah.
kind of
Mhm.
it being it having that intention behind it of it being an album. But this project definitely has a lot of hits on it though. I feel.
Yeah. I just personally can't.
Mob Ties is on side A, bruh. I'm gonna have to roll with Scorpion on that.
Yeah, I'm not a big Mob Ties guy. I don't
I like Mob Ties.
Yo, I'm thinking about it. Like, if we were doing one of them IG live battles and you pulled out Mob Ties, I would pull out Time Flies, and it's like
exactly.
I don't know what's up with it.
Time Flies destroys Mob Ties.
Hell yeah.
Give me a minute here. Listen, you know, and Armand, you know, I'll be in Dykeman in the summer. You know, I'll be at the Dykeman basketball games all the summer, bruh. Mob Ties comes on in that thing, and the entire park is singing that joint word for word. You know what I mean? Like, and listen, I didn't like the song like that until I went to Dykeman, and I was like, oh shit, this shit is an absolute vibe. You know what I mean? So like, I'll wait. Me personally, Time Flies is one of my favorite records. Like, I absolutely adore that record. I've been playing that and From Love with Florida, from Florida with Love, have been the two back-to-back joints I've been back and forth with. So, and you know, and you know what's real? I'm a bar guy. You know, what I mean? I'm from the old school, but those two joints are my favorite joints on it. No question.
They just ride.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I don't like Losses.
I love
Losses. I love Losses. Losses is tough, but I don't know. I feel like I'm more in a boppy mood, and I feel like them joints are just like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Listen to Time Flies again. It didn't do it for me. It did not do it for me.
Drink wine, and listen to it. You like, I'm outside, and then
I was feeling that.
Yo, and that song gives me like Kiki vibes. That's the same type of deal. Like, so I'll tell you a story. So my wife, when that album first came out, I went to go pick her up, and then she comes in the car, and Kiki comes on, and she's like, "Oh, I'm liking this." And then like 3 days later is when it all like went crazy because of shit. Yo, I've been playing this Time Flies in here. She been in here bopping like we in the throwing face and all that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all know Women Determine what's hot. Y'all know that.
What's that?
Women Determine what's hot.
No, look, that is undoubtedly, that's like a, come on. If any dude who doesn't recognize that is a pure fool. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Okay. Cool. All right. I think we had a good talk on this product. So some crazy stuff. I mean, Twitter has been wild throughout this quarantine, but I want to try and have a structured discussion on this. So someone said hit for hit, Wale versus Travis Scott. First initial thoughts.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
My first thought is
like the way that it started, it was like a meme where everybody had their hands in, and it's like J. Cole, Drake, Wale, and then Travis Scott, and then somebody slapped away Wale's hand, and then people were upset like, yo, don't disrespect Wale. And yeah, when you have those artists put together, Wale makes more sense than Travis Scott. Wale, wordplay, lyricism, rapping, he's one of the elite. No matter how underrated he is or how cool it is to hate on him on Twitter, like, he's one of the great rappers of our generation. Like, he just is.
I just here's the thing. I think what it is with him is people want to place him against Travis Scott, which to me, I'm like, if we're talking hits wise,
Travis wins.
Maybe. We're not maybe.
I don't know if Travis wins. Like,
maybe
Wale's been doing this longer.
That's true.
Like, he throwing Lotus Flower Bomb, he throwing a couple of these records. You're gonna be like, oh, I forgot Wale had a couple of these. You know what I mean? So, but even with that, even aside from that, lyrically and as a rapper, this is not even a close. And I'm not saying Travis can't rap, because Travis can rap. But as far as what we've been able to hear from Wale as a like rapper and as an MC. It's not even close. So I'm not sure why people try to place Wale in this box. I'm gonna say I'm not sure, because I know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
People hate on him because he exposes himself a lot. He's very vulnerable, and he also is very catty on Twitter. So if you say something, anything about him, he'll jump. Like, who said that about me? He'll just start going into reasons as to why he's not what you said. At least when Twitter was first out. I think he's calmed down a little bit as the years have gone on.
Oh no, he's
got
still
older. No. He's still doing it, but bro, I'm talking like 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
Wale,
yeah, he was different.
Yeah,
emotional on Twitter. You know what I mean? So like, people want to hate on Wale, but try to throw him in the box like he's not up there At
Yeah,
least
you can't
lyrically
do
with
that.
the Drakes, with the Kendricks, he's in that class.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure why it's even like a discussion. Like
It's not a discussion.
It's not a discussion. It's not. They're two different lanes to begin with.
Yeah.
I wouldn't compare them ever. Even seeing that name that you mentioned, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know we're not trying to compare them, but like when we talk about like Travis's best album versus like what is Wale's best album?
I think personally, to me, his best album is Ambition.
Yeah,
I think
maybe
it's
you
the
might be
album
right.
about nothing.
Album About Nothing. That's mine.
He's got like
It's out of those two for me.
I love Afterworld, which I consider Travis's best project, but it's not touching.
It's not touching.
That's
So wait.
my-
Astroworld. You think
my-
Astroworld's better than Rodeo?
Oh, for sure.
Whoa.
For sure.
yeah.
I do too. You know what it is?
Really?
Because I
okay.
feel like, and it's my deal, but there's a certain stretch in Astro World where he is not missing at all. It's just like, I don't even know what the order of the songs were, but it's like bang, bang. I used to be like 5, 6 songs in a row. You're like, yo, these shits are slapping.
Rodeo set him up for Astro World. How can
Yeah,
you?
Rodeo was greatness. Don't get me wrong, but Astroworld, it's just like he took that greatness and he refined it, and it was just like they literally took so long on the album. Like there was a quote that came out that said like Mike Dean is taking extra long on this project because every song is fire, and I was just like, I don't know, man.
Dog,
but they were right.
Literally, the stretch from Carousel to Skeletons is really like not playing fair, honestly.
Let me bring it up. I agree.
Bring it up to you.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Screw. Stop trying to be God, no bystander.
Oh.
These records, bruh.
Yeah.
He did a stretch on this album. I was like, yo, I was thoroughly impressed. Thoroughly impressed.
Like with that album, it's so crazy because people focus on the hits like Sicko Mode, Butterfly Effect, Yosemite, but deep cuts, Astro Thunder, Houston Fornication, bro, like that's a really, really good
Astro Thunder is my favorite song on there, I think.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and listen. Because I listen to Rodeo more than Astro World. And I don't think I don't listen, like I don't even go back to the main hits for Astro World. I'm the kind of guy that gets annoyed like when it gets like so hyped up. I'm like, I don't even want to listen to this shit anymore.
Yeah, I feel you.
So like that might be why I'll go back and listen to it tonight. Let you guys know. But,
I'm looking at Astro not Astro World, Rodeo, and it has Flying High on there, so I can't. Flying High is terrible for me. I'm sorry. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it's so bad. And yeah, I can't rank it above Astro.
Flying High.
I
don't like that track. No, I don't like that track.
Rodeo too.
But that's right. That album has Maria I'm Drunk on it though. That shit's fire. That might be his best track.
Maria I'm Drunk is fire. Super
fire.
But
I forgot it existed because they just removed it from all our phones for 3 years.
I make you pay for it. I don't know why they did that for the longest.
Like that was like Justin Bieber's like peak right there for me. Like I was like, I can't believe he's doing this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think with this Wale Travis thing, I think it's just another situation of people being caught up in the recency bias. Travis has definitely been the more popular artist over the last couple of years, and he's given us Birds. He gave us Huncho Jack, which I liked. I don't know how people felt about Huncho Jack, though. I liked it, but it was a big move for him. And then from there, he gave us Astro World. Wale over the last couple of years, he gave us Album About Nothing. He gave us Shine, which got a lot of mixed reviews. How do people feel about Shine?
I just really like PYT, and outside of that, it's whatever.
I didn't really like it, and I'm a big Wale fan. I didn't really like it that much.
The Shine album?
Yeah.
Terrible. That's the one with the blue moon on it?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something, man. I was livid listening to that album. Like, so I called my homie over. I was like, "Yo, we gotta listen to this album together because I need to make sure that I'm not bugging out to make sure they think the wackest album." So we listened to Ambition, and then we listened to Shine. Shine is so terrible. There are maybe 2 songs I would listen to that album. I actually deleted the shit off my phone. And I never do that. Never. And listen, I love. And for people who don't know, I have been a Wale fan since. He had a mixtape in like 2009, 2010 called 100 Miles and Running. I've been a Wale fan since then. So it's not I hate Wale thing. That album is trash.
Yeah, I can't debate you there. Yeah, you're right.
You want to know what makes it really trash? That he has a G-Eazy verse on here. That I forgot about that, and I got pissed off all over again.
Oh man.
But I think he recovered a lot with Wow, That's Crazy. Like that's one of my favorite projects.
That's a very good project from Wale. Very good recovery album from him, yo. Very good.
Huge.
So
like I noticed, like I didn't go back to it after I listened to it. Like I want to say the first 2 times because I really didn't like it. But when he did his Tiny Desk performance and he performed the song CC White, I had to go back to that. That was crazy. Like I missed a lot of like the metaphors and like just how he structured that song. It was crazy.
That's a good record, but like there aren't many on. I can't even pull it up for you to tell you. I mean, there are a couple joints on there. I actually like the single that came out. That's
Running Back.
That no, Fashion Week.
Oh, Fashion Week.
That was the one with G-Eazy.
Yes. But I like that record though. I do. I really do like that record. I heard it in the
like hit wise. It was supposed to be it.
Yeah.
But I mean, after that though, it was slim and grim. You know what I mean? Like.
So who would you guys rather go see in concert though?
Obviously Travis. That's why Travis has more hits. That's why it's not a debate for me. I've seen Wale in concert. He's great, but he's not as powerful as Travis would be. You know, Travis, like, he has more widespread like acclaim.
Travis has like some stadium music. You know what I mean? Like Wale's got like live band music.
Yeah,
I would personally like to hear Wale more in concert. I'm really not the kind of like mosh pit, type thing that Travis would bring. Like, because I don't like people stepping on my shoes. So like, it's really not for me. So like, I would actually rather see Wale, to be honest.
I saw Travis at Made in America, and I've never seen so many white kids just beat the shit out of each other. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. I don't want to do that again. I would rather a Wale, because I saw Freddie Gibbs and it was just like chill. Like everyone was just like rapping to his music. I'm like, all right, cool. This is my scene. I don't like the whole mosh pit, get right on top of each other shit. Just I was in the back. I was like, I'm not even doing this right now.
Y'all haven't been to a Tyler show? That's what I'm getting.
No,
I've never been a Tyler guy. Never. I will say the song, the one record he put out last year, Don't Leave, that joint. Yo, listen, I ain't gonna lie. Whenever I seen the meme on Twitter, I laughed my ass off. But that record is fire though. It's a fire record.
The project is fire.
The whole project is the whole project is A+.
Most of his projects are fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did his thing. Actually, since we're talking about 2019 albums, a lot of people felt like 2019 was a down year in hip hop. One, do you guys feel like that? And two, what was your favorite project of 2019?
Oh my god! People are not gonna agree with my favorite project of 2019. All right, for 2019, all right, you guys go. I gotta go back and make sure it's the right one.
I need to go look as well.
Yeah, I gotta look at my.
My first thought is Tyler for sure.
That was second for me. My favorite was Freddie Gibbs and Madlib Bandana.
Tough album.
I made a list last year. My top 5 were Everything's for Sale by Boogie. Great album.
Great album. Underrated.
Yeah, very underrated album.
Great album.
Mirrorland by Earth Gang.
Yes.
Shea Butter Baby, Ari Lennox, and Legacy by Jamila Woods, and then Revenge of the Dreamers 3.
Ooh, that's a good pick. I like that one. That was a really great album.
Right?
Say that again?
Are we talking hip hop?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That was all genres. So if we're only talking hip hop, then Everything's for Sale, Mirrorland, and then Revenge of the Dreamers. And then if I scroll down, it was 2019 was very R&B heavy. So I have a lot of R&B albums on here.
Okay.
R&B won the year for me.
Yeah, I think the
R&B
next rap album for me. You Can't Sit With Us by Pivot Gang. That was another favorite.
Jadena, what do you guys count as Jadena's kind of album? What was it like? Is that a rap album?
I think that was. I heard it once. It was
Little Brother album. Not to be narcissistic, but my album came out last year. I love it. Benny, Plugs.
Oh yeah.
Benny's the plug. Plugs I met. Damn, this album came out. Oh, Jim Jones. I forgot Jim Jones' album came out last year.
I was surprised by that one.
Yo, that album was great.
It was really good.
Yeah.
He dropped the album.
Oh yeah, bro. It's a
Might
slap.
have dropped 2 last year, to be honest. Jim been working. He might have dropped 2.
Yeah, interesting.
No, he didn't drop 2. He dropped a couple singles after though. But that album, you want to talk about like pleasantly surprised. I would say Jim Jones probably the most improved MC of all time. If we're talking about like trajectory of career, like where we thought that album last, I did not think he could put out an album that sounded like that.
Yeah.
Okay. There was another actually interesting discussion. I think this would be fun to have. Some people felt Griselda was the most impressive rap group in 2019. I immediately thought of Dreamville. Dreamville put out their collab album. Boss put out an EP. Ari Lennox, her project. Earth Gang, their project. I'm trying to think of like other groups. I think it's between Dreamville and Griselda, but I'm personally going Dreamville. Well, what do you guys think?
So before I get into my feelings right now, because I'm a huge Dreamville fan, are we only so like Griselda's a little different because they actually have projects to get like they're more of an act and label, whereas Dreamville is more of a label, and like they obviously have their Revenge of the Dreamers series, so it's like not exactly apples to apples, but with that said, I'm still going with Dreamville.
Facts, Sam.
You know what? It's tough because I don't think we got the project from Conway that we all thought we were going to get. I thought we were going to get a better project from Conway. Benny coming out was a good project. People love. I think Wes has like a niche. People just love him and they love his music and they love his vibe, right? But I think I'll give it to Griselda just based off like newness. I know like Dreamville has the cachet and the names and all that, but I think I'm gonna go Griselda.
I'm going Griselda too.
My only problem with Westside is it feels like on every project, wherever verses like he has on with him, like they outshine him. I don't know why. That's just me.
Yeah.
Like the directs with like where you had Tyler and Joey Badass, I was like, I was more interested in them than Westside, but Westside was really good too. It's just like, I don't know. He brings out the best in every feature he has. So I like that a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at it, like I remember watching the Griselda Rap Radar interview, like he's really the brains behind everything.
Yeah.
Like, Benny and Conway are the rappers. Like he's at the forefront. Well, no, it's not that he's at the forefront. He's the brains of everything. He's really bringing all the operations together. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was in there with Tyler and Joey and saying like, nah, like I can go harder. Like, you know, like bring your A game, bring your best verse. And they ended up watching him because I agree. I think he got outperformed on his album a lot. And I like that album. Good production. I was talking to Ish about this the other day. I don't really like his rap voice that much. It kind of bothers me a little bit. Kind of reminds me of Action Bronson.
I love Action.
I don't.
You said something a second ago, and I think it takes a big person to allow someone else to get on their record and let them shine. And that's what I really appreciate about Westside is that he's cool with letting Tyler watch him, and it's not a problem because he had a whole album full of cuts that are strong anyways.
I'll definitely give Wes that credit because, listen, rappers are sensitive as hell, you know what I mean? Like, for the most part, you know what I mean? I've been taken off of records I thought I should have been on. I've taken people off of records because I'm like, you know what I mean? But you always acknowledge it. You always should acknowledge when somebody gets you, you know what I mean? And some rappers just aren't like that, you know what I mean? So you got to give Wes credit for that, like allowing people to be like, yo, you come in here and rock. And not only that, but also, it's kind of him being in the group with two, like, phenomenal MCs, I think set the precedent for that. He's probably never minded that. You know what I mean? For the sake of the track, he'll sacrifice whatever bars he's going to showcase for whoever's on the record with him. Just completely just watch him. He'll deal with that. It's never been a thing for him.
Yeah, it seems like he just really wants to make good music, and he doesn't have to be at the forefront of it. So that's really
what we're
cool.
here for. That's what
hey yo.
Exactly.
I love his rap voice too. By the way.
You need the right production for it to sound good, or maybe just some other people on the track to like cut it. I just can't rock.
I feel you. Hey, look, listen, it is definitely an acquired taste. Let's not mince words here. You know what I mean?
With that said, I didn't like Kendrick's rap voice when he first came out, and I
hated it. I hated it.
Probably my third favorite rapper of all time now. So maybe it'll grow on me, maybe it won't. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't bank on it. So I feel like
I wouldn't make.
You know what I mean? Like I said, only because the reason why Kendrick came around on Kendrick probably is because you recognize how great he was as an MC.
Mm-hmm.
Wes is not a great MC. I think he's a very good artist. He provides very good vibes, gangster vibes, so to speak. If you want to keep try to put it in, trying to compartmentalize it, if you will. But I don't think I'll ever see you if you don't like Wes. More than likely, you're not gonna like West forever. You know what I mean? This is the way it is.
Yeah. So, and with this is a really good transition. So we're talking about Westside's mind, his business mind, his artist mind, and so he's putting out a single. Let me pull up the name of it.
It's the Euro Step, right?
It is. Yes.
That's my favorite track on there besides 327.
Yeah, and they are pairing it with a TikTok challenge. Now, Griselda and Westside have branded themselves as the gritty, bar you up, trap rap type guys. And, I think, unfortunately, sometimes with rap, we put people in these boxes and we try to leave them in them and we don't let them expand. And so, there's a lot of people who kind of are looking at this Westside Gunn TikTok challenge very, very weirdly. But then you look at an artist like Drake, who did it, and Tootsie Slide got a lot of kind of critique, and they were saying he was desperate and he was trying to just create a viral thing. And then we saw Doja Cat is doing it with the Say So remix with Nicki Minaj. So TikTok is obviously one of the biggest advertising tools right now while we're all quarantined and not able to go to shows, really listening to radio, clubs, all that. So what do you guys think about Westside Gunn doing a TikTok challenge for a song? Go ahead.
I think this is a great opportunity. It's a good strategic move for him to grab more fans that otherwise would have never pressed play on his music. I think TikTok has given everybody that exposure. I started using TikTok specifically to find new music because for a minute I wasn't really getting it the way that I used to. So seeing them make this move and knowing that they're the grimy, gritty rappers that they are, it's refreshing to me. I am excited to try the challenge myself. I did the Tootsie Slide, so I'm cool to do the Euro Step too.
Go ahead, you got it.
When the first, when you first said it, it really didn't sit well with me. It's kind of, I don't, like you said, it's not really fair to put artists in a box and not let them leave. But at the same time, you still have to consider your brand and what might be confusing to people, especially when you're just kind of coming on the scene. And it just it's a very odd move to me. It seems kind of grabby because that's the only thing that artists kind of have to cling on right now since they can't do shows and stuff like that. But it doesn't really sound like something that I would be in favor of.
Boo.
Yeah, it just goes down to it's kind of contradictory to their brand, I think, because it's kids on TikTok and then it's kids and teenagers and just goofy people. There's not drug dealers on TikTok or drug dealer enthusiasts on TikTok. So it's just I don't know.
But here's the thing though. TikTok, I don't have TikTok, but TikTok makes its way to all the rest of my apps that I'm on, no matter what. You know what I mean? Those videos go viral regardless. I do think it's an opportunity for him to get more fans even through another wave. I haven't heard it. I'm going to check it out, see what it's like. I don't mind it. Like Armin said, I think it's important to let our artists kind of branch out and be themselves. And we can tell them. And I think it should also be open enough to let us let them know if it's whack or not. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll wait to see it, make my own assessment, and then see what the Twitter streets say, as they say.
Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity for them. For me, I think I didn't even know this was happening. So when the outrage with Drake came out and even with Doja Cat and Nicki Minaj doing it, it's the fans are being hypocrites about who they're complaining about using TikTok and who not. Because when Drake made Tootsie Slide, everyone's oh, this is a TikTok grab, blah, 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 blah. Everyone bitched and moaned about it. And now all of a sudden with Griselda, no one is talking about it. Nobody's complaining about it. Everyone's just whatever. And it's just the same energy never comes in place with bigger artists like that. To me, I'm fine with it. I didn't care that Drake made a 2C slide that was for TikTok. I don't give a shit. Whatever sells you records, I'm for personally. But fans are very hypocritical in that sense.
If y'all are like, I'm a real TikTok user, and I will say that the people still determine what music gets picked up. Drake crafted that song specifically for TikTok, and it still didn't do what Doja Cat's song did, in my opinion. They picked Doja Cat's song a long time ago. They picked Meg Thee Stallion's Savage a long time ago. There's a bunch of other songs that I've seen, that the people are choosing. So no matter what, if Drake can do something, Westside can try it. I think it's a good test trial for them to say, hey, will this stick to the fans? Will we be able to grab some more along the way? And if not, I mean, it's not a bad look for them to try it.
Right.
I might be wrong.
I will say that it's not necessarily the fact that they're doing it. It's the fact that if they're going to do it, it needs to be kind of marketed in a way that makes sense. Because on the first hear of them, like Westside Gunn is doing a TikTok anything, just like on like you're hearing that it doesn't sound like on brand. So you need to market it in the way that makes it make sense. I don't think that it's gonna make sense.
No,
that makes sense.
Yeah, and I feel like those other people, they did it more genuinely. Like with Meg and Doja Cat, it just happened. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. TikTok, the people that the users choose the music. It happens organically.
Yeah, so I feel like
this, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like Westside shouldn't even be doing this. Like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, like, why force it? Drake is the first person to force it, I feel like, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And
Drake has history of making, like, commercial type records that, like, it makes sense for Drake to do that.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like something
that's on brand for him.
It's been received well, but, like, there's no foundation there for, like, Westside Gunn, I feel.
Yeah, it's just not on brand at all. It's weird.
I'm always interested in having these discussions with people as we are in a new decade now. Obviously, Drake, Kendrick, Cole are still at the top, but we got to look forward. And there are some people who I think are emerging as talents that can be the next throne or elite or whatever we want to call them. So who are some of the artists you guys think could end up being that top three for the next generation?
The way I look at it, like, the new generation is going to be full of artists that we don't necessarily rock with the most, but, like, they cater to the kids because it's a young man's game. Like, the game has to shift. We're not going to always be around for the guys at the top, whatever. But for me, one of the standouts that I've seen in this past year was Baby Keem. I feel like Baby Keem is like, that dude is phenomenal. Like, he's crazy. Like, his whole tape was amazing to me. So I feel like he's one of the guys. Roddy Ricch, and as much as I don't listen to him, but I think the kids like NBA YoungBoy a lot. So he's probably gonna.
I hate that kid. Oh my
God. I think I've heard one song by him, so I can't.
I cannot stand him. Everything about him, I
came in hot. Yeah. Came in kind of hot.
Yeah, I support it.
You like
there is one name.
I support your statement. I don't support NBA.
Oh, okay.
No. There is one name I think we're forgetting, and it's Lil Baby. I think he's going to be number one for quite some time. And I think there was another artist that if he didn't pass away would have been up there too, and I think it would have been Juice WRLD. Rest in peace, because he.
Leaving Gunna out.
Gunna.
I take a Lil Baby over Gunna in terms of longevity.
Just playing devil's advocate.
No, Gunna is gonna be up there, but I don't think he's not gonna reach a Roddy Ricch or Lil Baby status to me, because he just kind of is like the same. Like, it's kind of boring almost for me. Like, I'm not really into Gunna like that. I think Lil Baby's a little more diverse, and same with Roddy Ricch, whereas like Gunna, just like I don't really care for him.
I like Roddy. I love Lil Baby. I think Lil Baby is one of the better artists of the young class that we have. But I also think that I feel like YB and Cordae for whatever reason gets lost in this mix for whatever reason. But I think he put out the most traditional project out of all the young guys that came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he put out a real live rap album with like cohesion and thematics and like storytelling. He did a really good job, and I'm looking forward to see where he takes it. I think he has a lot of star power as well to be like the next guy.
Yeah, I could see him occupying the like J. Cole role
Exactly.
of
Definitely.
top 3, and then like Roddy could be Kendrick, and then maybe Lil Baby Drake. Like even though their styles are different, like Lil Baby's done the versatility. Like, I'm pretty sure he's worked with Spanish artists. I'm trying to think. I don't know, but yeah, that's kind of how I look at it. I think JID is gonna be up there too. I don't. I'm in like it's gonna.
Yeah.
I've liked his music so far. I think it's gonna take like a classic project for it to take him to the next level. I don't know if he has that yet. But and I mean with Roddy too. I don't think Roddy's last. Like I liked his last album a lot. I don't know if it's a classic. I think all of them are gonna need that to really take them to the next level. But I gotta throw JID up there and Smino too. I will put Smino up there.
Well, are you gonna leave Boogie out of this too?
Listen, people need to start talking about Boogie, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
That guy, he is
How
that
you can't
guy.
say all those names and not mention Boogie?
I don't think he has the star appeal though to like project himself into
That
the
is
top
true.
3.
Is it the list?
Wait.
Is that what it is?
It's the list for sure because it took me a little while to get around to, but I love the
That makes
album.
the bars so much better though, because it's like
He's
Yeah.
so nice. He's such a great rapper,
He
bar
rap-
for bar though, yo.
Yeah.
Like amazing, like wordplay,
Storytelling.
flow, syllables. The syllables. He knows. Listen, that boy knows how to rap. You know what I mean? So, oh man, I think I'm about to play a little Boogie tonight before I watch this Last Dance. Actually, I might have to get involved one time.
Wait,
yeah, my 2 would probably be JID, and this is might be a little bit more wishful thinking, but I hope Saba kind of gets up in that stratosphere. He's an independent artist, and like I don't know if he'll ever get that big commercially. I don't think he'll really let himself get that big commercially. But as far as like kind of like that underrated guy who's like low key better than the people that people talk about a lot, then like that would be the person I would look to in that generation personally.
Now, there are 3 names that we didn't mention. And I'm kind of curious as to what you guys think of, because Lil Uzi's very big, but is he like too old, I guess? I mean, he's been rapping for a little while now.
It's crazy to say, but he might be reaching that. What? So Uzi's probably what now? 27, 28?
No, I don't think so.
How old
I
is
think
he?
he's like my age. I think he's around 24, 25.
25.
I could be wrong.
He probably has a couple more years of prime left. I'm not sure.
Still kids though.
Lil Uzi version.
Yeah, but Lil Uzi is
25?
He's
Okay.
not part of the newer generation, I want to say, because he's been out so long. I remember.
He's been active for 5 years now, so it's tough to put him. And I mean, like, JID's been putting out music for probably that long, but we only really knew about him since 2017, 2018.
Right.
So
I think he still makes the kind of music that the younger people make, though. So
yeah. And he's
I
very
think it's more
popular.
about how young you present yourself, or like how appealing you are to young people, more so than how long you've been out.
Right.
For me, I think Cardi is going to be the one that surpasses, like, takes Uzi's lane. He's the next guy to be in Uzi's lane. Not that, because he's like a younger version of him. Not really, but like, I see the parallels there.
That was the other name I have one more after that, but that was the other name I had too, was Playboy Cardi. And I feel like he just doesn't have the star power like Uzi, where he can like not put out a project for some amount of time and like people care about him, especially after that verse he just put out on Pain 1993, where everyone was like, why the fuck did we put him on here? So like, for me, Playboy Cardi, I think he'll be up there, but I think he's more of a meme or a joke than a rapper like that people care about at this point.
Yeah, I mean, because it's hard to compare with Uzi, because you got to look at how Uzi came in. He came in with Love Is Rage in 2015. He came in with Lil Uzi Vert versus the World 2016, and then The Perfect Love Tape in 2016, and then Love Is Rage 2 in 2017. So like he afforded himself the luxury of waiting 3 years after releasing his last album because he put out such good music up to then. Playboi Carti gave us his debut, Playboi Carti. He gave us Die Lit, which I personally didn't like. And so I wasn't really at the place where I could wait this long to see what he could do next. Like, he wasn't really doing that many features either.
Yo,
Die
I
Lit
did
is
not like
top
Die
5
Lit
albums
that
of
much
that
either.
year.
I listened to it again, and it's not bad. Like, it's better than the first time or second time I listened to it. But I still don't understand, like, the huge hype over it where he's, like, this guy that everyone loves. I just didn't get it. I still don't. And that's why I say, like, I don't think he has that star power. I don't think he'll ever have it.
Nah, Die Lit is top 5 of that year. I'm sorry.
Nah.
Top 5 of that year. What was that, 2018?
2018,
It's
yeah.
top 5 or 6. Like,
Bro,
it just has, like, so
year.
many pockets. It was, but it's top 5 or 6.
2018 was stacked, bro. Like,
It is.
It was.
KOD, you got Scorpion, Astroworld, East Atlanta Love Letter. You got
Victory Lap.
His album, Victory Lap.
Didn't J-Rock come out 2018 too?
J-Rock Redemption.
J-Rock had my top 1 or 2 album of that year.
I don't know if I can put Die Lit in my top 15 of 2018.
Now you're wilding. Now you're wilding. Die Lit, it's like I rank every album differently because obviously you can't put them up against like lyrical miracle niggas. Like, you just can't do it. It's like, for Playboi Carti, he did what he needed to do. Every album, his flow, his cadence was top tier. Like, it was incredible what he was doing. And I didn't even like his first album, which everyone liked, but Die Lit pulled me in. And it made me, like, understand, like, yo, what he's trying to do with the type of brand of music he's trying to put out. Like, it was really good. Like, Flatbed Freestyle. The song that he had with Skepta. Like, he just had, like, a whole bunch of songs where it was just, like, really good.
I will give it another chance, but it was tough, man. It was tough. Yeah. And Brandon, what was the third name you were gonna mention?
Oh, thank you for reminding me. I forgot. DaBaby, where everyone at this point, like, I liked him before he dropped a project every 3 seconds, right? I liked Baby on Baby a whole lot. I think he was very entertaining. I think he was making hits. After that, like Kirk, I had high expectations for it because the intro track that he put out as a single, I was like, yo, all right, he might get personal on this. Like, he might actually dive in a little bit more personal. And then he made Bop and Vibes, which are good tracks. But after that, it's like, I don't really remember much of it. But I wanted to know what you guys thought about it. And if he isn't in that top tier, what does he have to do to get in that top tier at this point?
The baby has the rest of this year to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. He has the rest of this year to figure out what the fuck he's got going on with his sound. He's got that, everybody makes fun of him starting on the beat before it starts, but I think that's what made everybody fans to begin with. And then with this last project, he kind of ventured out just a little bit. Like, he tested the waters. I gotta say, I do like the song with NBA Youngboy, unfortunately. The only song.
I do too. You're not alone.
Yeah, it's catchy. He's got to figure out who he is, though. He hasn't solidified himself or his sound, because he's still trying to figure it out. So once he, like, plants himself, in my opinion, I think it's possible he could.
But here's the thing, because people complain that he sticks to one sound too much. So is it that he isn't more? He needs to be more versatile, or he needs to stick to one sound? Because like you said, everyone likes where he kind of, like, the beat starts, he starts rapping.
The only person that's good at switching their sound is Drake, and even then we still have our complaints about him.
That's
we still have our complaints about Drake. We have our complaints about him.
Let's not do that.
The only person?
The only person?
Yeah, I can't agree with the only person.
I would give Drake. No one has the range of switching that Drake does. I think that other people are good at switching them. I think the baby's problem is that I think in general that artists do need to stick to a sound. That is their fault. That is their core, their bread and butter. Doesn't mean they can't branch out. Doesn't mean when they branch out it won't be good, but you need your bread and butter. I think the baby's problem for me personally is that his bread and butter isn't that good. I got tired of it very quickly. I don't know if he can recover from that because, like, you are who you are.
like the ADD rapper of rap.
Right.
Wow. Wow.
Sorry.
That's true, and it's
No,
that
look.
on top of the fact like he dropped Baby on Baby, but then we heard him on hella features like from then to Kirk.
That's
And
true.
like me, I got worried around Kirk. Like I heard it. Like Brandon said, he dropped that intro, which was different. And then the rest of the album was like the same old DaBaby music for the most part. So I was like you didn't really change much, and you can't expect an artist so young in their career to change. He wasn't even fully a year in at that point, but because he was so present, it was like, okay, we've heard this from you enough. You have to do something else, or you have to just disappear for a while.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I'm just not sure. And listen, and it's changed. You know, I've been around for a long time. I'm way older than all of you. But this changed a while ago, where like artists had to just keep putting out music and keep putting out music. Like there's no reason why after a couple albums you shouldn't be able to just take a year off, figure yourself out, maybe come up with a different sound, maybe experience life a little more, and then give us life in a year. Like I don't need to see you every 4 months with an album or a project. That's unnecessary for me. It's like I don't need that. That should be able to carry. Not only that, but for me, I don't digest music that quickly. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's got to sit for me. I got to sit with it. I have to analyze. I like to break down bars. I'll sit here and like really analyze and restructure and break everything apart. That's what I like to do with albums. Like if you're coming out, you're not even giving me a real chance to even like love you. You know what I mean? I can only like you if you keep putting out shit that I have to try to just to keep up with you. You know what I mean? So
you know that time was when music was dropping on Tuesdays.
Yeah, that's what I need. That's what I need. That's what I need. I need Tuesdays back. Fridays, I know everybody's, you know, Thursday night up at midnight. I miss waking up, you know what I mean, 8 a.m., standing in line at Sam Goody, you know what I mean, or whatever it was. And for those of you, Sam
fucking Goody.
Yeah, I mean, that might sound like an ancient term to a lot of people.
I was around for it. I'm telling my age, but I was around for it.
Okay, good. Hey, that's good. I'm here with you. You know what I mean? Missing Sam Goody, missing like, and then even like sometimes you walk in, you might get a poster, you might get see a single that you never seen before. It's like 99 cents. You might bang with that. Like I need to sit with my music, analyze it, and then grow with it. You know what I mean? And that way I can make my final assessment of it. People dub things classics 2 hours after they come out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I feel like that's trolling. I feel like that's a joke. It's
trolling, but even one of Armin's mans, and it's mad funny because I was dying. He had a clip on Twitter where he's actually like, he got tears in his eyes. He's like, yo.
Oh yeah, that's my cousin.
Yo, that dude. Like, yo, let me tell you something, yo. I was crying when I saw that. But I mean, it was funny, and I get it. But like, I kind of agreed with him actually, like, because he was really rapping well.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. I think there are a lot of reasons why I believe that, you know, music is in the state that it's in. It's like the how much money we get how much music we get in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
I think honestly, a lot of it comes from a lot of people drop music that doesn't take long to make. It's not like
very true.
If we're being honest, like you got a beat that, you know, somebody cooked up probably 4 weeks ago. You slap a verse on there. You're not to knock it, but you're not really saying much. So it's not that hard to like not really sitting down, you know, with your pen for 3 days thinking of this verse.
So you're saying you guys are saying DaBaby's basically like the new age Migos at this point?
No.
He's had a long run.
Slow for DaBaby. He's slow for the
Migos was at it for a little bit. Listen, I got
no, but I mean like oversaturation wise.
Yeah, oversaturation.
I'm not talking about like career, like they're the same. I'm just talking about oversaturation.
To an extent, because Migos did a good job changing their sound. Like Quavo wasn't using auto-tune as much early on. Like I think that was something he picked up later on, and then like them getting really popular around the Bad and Bougie time, it gave Offset the time to step out and go on his feature run. I remember 2017, he killed 2017 by himself. And then all that made Takeoff part of the conversation. Everyone's like, yo, where's Takeoff? Where's Takeoff? So that kind of gave them the launch pad to do solo albums. DaBaby's by himself. So like all he can do is make albums on his own. And if he's not taking the time to hone his sound and develop it or change it, and he's putting the same shit out, and like he tried auto-tune on his last album, and I didn't love it. Like there's something there, but he's got to hone that more. And it doesn't feel like he's taking the time to live life and develop. He just keeps making shit.
Yeah.
And that might be a pressure thing too, where he just feels, because I know one thing about Drake, and I've always noticed, is that he feels a pressure. Kanye too. They feel a pressure to still be the top dog, to still be at a certain level, and that might just be the competitive nature in just rappers in general, and that might be what it is with him. He feels like, I just don't want to lose this place that I'm in, so I'm gonna just keep working and put the music out. But like for every artist, and this is not like, I know it's a rap business, but if every true artist, you have to allow life to come in, you have to live life, and then let the life take over your music, and then you can give it to us. Give us a little breather. Give us some time to miss you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then let us know what you've been going through. So
That's fair. I just wanted to know everyone's place on the baby there.
Yeah.
No, it's tough, and like I hate that people are trying to bury him so soon. It's been a year. Like, it's only really been a year for him. And yeah, I didn't like Kirk that much. I didn't love the last project, but he could drop a hit next month and make us forget all of that.
It's early. It's very early in his career. He's very young.
Well, what happened, Jess?
I said for a good 2 weeks, and then the next song will be out.
Yeah.
That's the issue with these Friday releases, and the fact that we can just upload something so quickly, is that I don't even get a chance to sit with the project longer than a week, because I can't even say I've probably listened to Drake's project twice, 3 times since
I hate it.
because I'm trying to see what else is out, and I have the weekend to figure out, okay, what's my favorite? What am I going to listen to this week? And then by the end of this week, something else is dropping on Friday again. It's
nonstop. It's nonstop every day. Like what's funny is that even I thought through the quarantine I'd be able to catch up with some artists that I haven't listened to, but that hasn't been the case. I'm still looking at my Apple Music. I still haven't listened to this Division album. I still haven't listened to a couple of things. You know what I mean? Like, it's things I got to get to that I can't because I don't have the time. And, you know, it's just life gets in the way. So it is what it is. But the baby, just take some time off. Give us like a year and then come back strong, bro. Like, I believe in him personally. I think he's a dope artist. I think he can really rap. But I just need you to take some time off, hone your sound, or even just give him some time to miss your sound. You know what I mean? Like, that's okay too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. All right, let's close off. Everyone drop their hottest take.
Jesus, man.
2020?
2020.
Yeah, 2020, yeah.
Dreamville
Party
is the best
Mobile.
record label to ever exist. That includes Motown, that includes Afro, that includes Rock Nation. I don't care. Dreamville is the best. That is all.
Are they paying you to say this?
What?
Are you getting paid to say this?
No.
Okay.
That's what you believe. I say Party Mobile is the best R&B album of this year. I don't care what drops. It's going to be better.
Okay.
It's going to be better.
Okay, I'll go. Party Mobile was the worst R&B album.
No, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Armin knows my feelings about Party Next Door.
Now he's just saying anything. He's just saying anything.
I think the West Coast has delivered the best artists and rappers over the last 10 years.
Whoa. I want to hear that one explained a little bit more. I'm interested.
Rappers?
Yeah.
I agree with him there.
Kendrick?
In the last 10 years.
Kendrick, Boogie, Game, Ab-Soul. These guys have put out ridiculous records, ridiculous albums.
Isaiah Rashad. Schoolboy
Q.
You just say TDE at this point.
You know what I mean?
Staples.
There's guys, bro. There's guys.
Staples, yeah.
Them dudes rap. Boogie. We keep forgetting to say Boogie. Boogie's album is tough. Who's the other guy? Starts with an R. Reason. Another one.
Reason.
Bruh.
Yeah, Armand put me on Reason.
These dudes on the West Coast are rapping.
I wouldn't say that better than the dudes on the East Coast, though.
Over the last 10 years, I mean, I'm from the East Coast, so I mean, I'm biased, but I keep it a buck. I keep it a buck.
Thank you for that.
I think in short volume, like the East Coast just has the edge. Even if we wanted to drop it off,
let me ask you this: how many East Coast rappers have an album that came out in the last few years that is better than like J-Rock's album?
I can name 3.
Go ahead.
That's easy. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake.
Kendrick, you just said Kendrick.
On the West Coast.
You just said
Oh,
Kendrick.
my bad. Drake and Cole. I mean,
So
Drake is from Canada, but still East Coast.
So you'll say Cole.
Yeah.
You'll say Cole. Okay, that's fair. I'll give you Cole because I'm not gonna hate on Cole, but that's only one. You know what I mean? And I feel like J Rock's album is not one of the better. Kendrick has a couple albums that are better than J Rock's first album. You know what I mean?
I would say Swimming was better than Redemption.
Swimming?
I agree.
By Mac Miller.
Oh no, I don't agree with that.
No way.
That's a
I
reach.
don't agree with that.
Well,
Like
I got one
Redemption
more.
was better than Swimming, and Redemption was better than KOD. Did those come out the same year? Redemption and KOD.
I'm not going to address the KOD comment.
Redemption was better
But
than that.
Swimming and Redemption is I won't knock you whichever way you pick, but Swimming was a great album, very underrated.
I forgot Roddy. Roddy put out an album. Roddy's from the West Coast, bruh. L.A., bruh. I'm telling you, West Coast, bruh. They be out here.
Whose hot take are we missing? I think it's just Jess.
I gotta say Freddie for me. I'm still stuck on that. But 2020, I'm gonna go with. I gotta say Dreamville.
Okay.
Don't shoot me. That's like. And Westside. No. I'm taking it back. Westside.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That was an experience that made me happy to listen to a project. I haven't been happy to just like vibe out to something in a long time.
Okay.
I got one more because I didn't want to leave on the Party Next Door one. Detroit has the most underrated region of.
Agreed.
So I was actually just thinking about that. I think it's related to what you're saying, but the Midwest in general, I think is underrated. I think we were talking about this, Armand, in the chat the other day, but I think Chicago is actually the best music city in the country right now.
Yeah, Chicago's fire.
Herbo is from, and I heard
I'm
that.
all set on Herbo. I don't like Herbo at all. You can keep Herbo.
Yeah, I hate his voice. You
keep Herbo.
Fair enough.
So wait, who were the hot takes from Detroit?
Sada Baby.
Okay.
Sada Baby's killing it.
Sada's
Goldie
tough.
James. Danny Brown's from there. I don't care what anyone says. I love Big Sean. I didn't like the project with Metro Boomin, but I like Big Sean.
Another hot take. Another hot take.
Go ahead.
I think Big Sean is a better rapper than Kendrick Lamar. Rapper.
All right, stop it. That's it. Yeah, you can close this out, Armand, you can close this out. Dog.
And settle this.
You close this out.
We've officially reached that point of the program.
It was nice talking to you guys. It was a really good discussion.
All right. Listen, hey, I'll bring it up on Twitter tonight. We can have a discussion tonight.
Tonight. Twitter, I need to follow you because I want to see the.
I need everybody's handles.
Yeah.
I just said I like Big Sean, but goddamn, bro,
They're gonna fry you.
Well,
Kendrick is top 10 all time, undisputably.
I'm not saying as an artist, but what I'm saying when I say that, I mean
like rapping.
I say, hey, we're in a booth or we're in a cipher. Somebody throws instrumental on them. Bruh, Sean is going to have these lines. They're going to be like, what? Bruh.
Sean has too many verses where he's like, his bars drag on. Like
No. But listen, no. I'm telling you. You know what? Fine. If you take Kendrick, I'm taking Sean.
You know what? Just because I hate the Big Sean disrespect, I'm going to ride with that.
I'm taking Sean. Sean.
I like Big
Sean. Somebody ride with me.
Like he hasn't dropped anything good in like 5 years.
Big Sean?
You didn't like 2088?
When was 2088?
2016.
Okay, then 4 years. I thought it was a little.
Bro,
older.
I decided drop 2017. Stop it.
2017, yeah. I decided.
That was not good. That was not good.
Stop it right now. Stop talking.
It wasn't good.
I'm so conflicted now because
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It
wasn't
slightly
touching
above
down.
average. I would not call
It wasn't touching down. It couldn't. What do older people say? It couldn't shine. Damn shoes.
Yo, you made me feel mad old right there. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's crazy. What? That's crazy.
I'm sorry, dog.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I feel you, bro. I feel you. Go ahead and cook, man. Go ahead and cook, dog. I'm old as hell.
We had a great discussion. It seems like we're going to start a fire on Twitter in a few. So with that, I'm going to close. Thank y'all for joining me. We are going to continue this as a whole series I got going. So this video will go up. And, yeah, so shout out to y'all. Thank you for.
No doubt.
Yo.
thank you.